Hey everybody, it's Rob here. I just got home from work and Blizzard just dropped a huge balance patch with changes for the entire game and balance changes for all 5 classes. I put the link to the full patch notes in the video description here, and this is my early take. Just like as I'm seeing the patch notes for the first time, I will be doing in-depth testing on my live stream over on Twitch and checking out all the new changes and the new bug fixes and the balance changes for the separate classes, in particular for the Barbarian and for the Necromancer, because that's the classes I've played the most. But yeah, let's get into it. So here are the notes. There's a bunch of bug fixes, a bunch of gameplay fixes. I just skimmed over these real quick. Very nice changes from what I've seen. And here are pretty much the creme de la creme of these patch notes. There's gameplay adjustments for the XP reward. So this is going to influence your journey from 1 to 100 and in particular be very impactful for the new season that's going to start soon here, mid to end of July. So they significantly increased the XP awarded from completing Nightmare Dungeons. They already kind of like said they're going to look into this, and I think this is a very welcome change. We will have to see how high the XP reward is, but if it says significantly, I'm expecting at least a 50% increase or something. And this most likely will make farming Nightmare Dungeons the new XP meta to get to level 100. Again, more testing will be conducted live on stream, and I'll probably make another summary video on YouTube. They also significantly increased the XP gain from killing the monsters in the Nightmare Dungeon. So not only do you get more for the rewards, you also get more for killing the monsters inside. Maybe there will be some very nice split farming strategies again within the Nightmare Dungeons. Obviously, this is also going to impact solo players by a lot, but for group play it will also have a huge impact. Now the Helltide chest provides substantially more XP bonus. I didn't even know, I never noticed that when you open a Helltide chest you actually get XP, but they significantly increased or substantially increased this bonus. It's actually pretty funny on the wording here. Significantly or substantially. Which one's more, guys? What do you think? Leave it in the comments. They also increased the experience from completing Whispers. So Whispers is like very similar to the bounty system, and they buffed it by a lot, and it feels amazing, I think. You're also going to get more sigils from this, so this might be, you know, a very nice strategy where you just speed farm and quickly complete like these 2 plus 5 point whispers and get a cash and get GG XP from this. We'll have to see. Definitely lots of changes here. Yeah, and then they fixed some issues here. Generally, the Helltide roaming bosses drop higher quality loot. Like these Helltide bosses, they were a pretty big challenge actually for most builds. And yeah, it's very cool to see that they drop more, probably even more Forgotten Souls now and stuff like that. And here is what they teased already. Players now teleport to the Nightmare Dungeon directly through the map. I managed to log in, so let's quickly see how this is gonna go. Like just opening one of these dungeons, let's say Alderwood. We open it, and let's see what happens. I have not done this. Travel to Alderwood, so you can just left click it and you press accept. And let's see what happens. This is the first time I'm doing this as well. So you open the key, you can left click on the icon, and it's gonna port me, boom, right in front of the dungeon. Holy shit, this is a great change. And I can go into the Nightmare Dungeon. Dude, this is insane. And you can probably do this after you're done with Alderwood. You go out of the dungeon and then you open the next sigil and just left click and TP to the entrance of the next dungeon. Yeah, and I'm in. Can blast some Alderwood now. Yeah, this change is fucking incredible. Yeah, we're just in here and now we could be blasting here. Like one shot and everything, obviously, on our Bone Spear Necromancer. So holy shit, man, that's crazy. Let's see what else we have in store. Very, very good change. We'll test it more in depth. You can definitely use this to travel as well, right? Like if you want to move to a certain part of the map, maybe you just have your level 1 sigil key and you just use that to teleport to that part of the map or something. Man, we'll see. It's gonna be some very nice experimenting here to do, but this is a very welcome change. It's gonna significantly reduce the downtime. Especially, this is a big buff for solo players, because on a solo player you can't chain the keys like you can do in groups. You know, in groups, everybody gets a key and everybody can open one Alderwood and you can run 4 Alderwoods in a row. In solo, you can't do this. You get one Alderwood and then you get, I don't know, like a cultist key or something, or a Renegars, and then you just have to walk there, and now you don't have to do that, so that's insane. Weekly bonuses, caches from the world boss no longer have a level requirement when opening. That's pretty cool as well. I saw lots of people complain about this. So let's get into the Barb stuff. I was hoping Barb got some good buffs, and I mean, I skimmed through this. There is definitely some buffs, but it's not crazily significant, but they definitely go into the right direction as far as I can tell you from initial reaction. Obviously, we're gonna have to jump a bit deeper and actually playtest all of this. So they buffed Lunging Strike. It seems like they buffed like all the generators throughout, like all 4 of them. They all generate a bit more fury. They all do a bit more damage. I think this is great. I think they should buff probably the generators even more. They're usually not in the endgame build, and leveling on Barb felt pretty weak already. So this is a very, very welcome buff for all the Barbs out there to, you know, make the generators a bit better. Obviously, they're still not viable to make like a full Frenzy or a full Bash build. I think that would be ideal if they, you know, get their, like, I think they need a complementary unique or legendary that just buffs their damage by ×5 or something. So it's actually viable in the end game as well. But this is a very, very welcome change to fury and damage during the leveling process. It's gonna make it a lot better for Barb. Yeah, Double Swing got a bit of a buff. Like, this is like about 10% buff, so not much, but it's definitely going to help the build, and it's a very welcome change, because Double Swing, I would also love to see a buff to Upheaval, because Upheaval, and maybe even Whirlwind to an extent, but Upheaval is really underperforming. I think Upheaval, like a 50% damage buff to Upheaval would not be unheard of. But this 10% damage buff to Double Swing is kind of nice. Kick got its cooldown removed. That's pretty nice. Like, I still think it's not going to compete with the triple shouts, but it's becoming a more attractive option, I guess. Yeah, Charge got its damage doubled. That's pretty nice. We might try a Charge Barb build at some point. I don't think double damage is quite enough to make it viable, but at least it can do some damage now. We have Leap, Slow Increase. I don't think this matters too much, but yeah, it's there. Iron Skin got Barrier Increase to 20% life. This is a very welcome change. Iron Skin was used in some builds, but only really in push. And more defense is definitely what a Barb needs, because you have to be in melee at all times. Call of the Ancients got a buff here, more attack speed. That's very cool. I like the Call of the Ancient ultimate, but the cooldown just seems too long on all these ultimates. And I'm really happy here for the Iron Maelstrom, for example, that it got the cooldown reduced. I think it's not enough yet. I think it needs to be removed further on all the ultimates, especially Call of the Ancients as well. It's very nice in leveling, but in the end game, there's just not a big use for it. Maybe this attack speed could be a nice combination with the buff Double Swing. I gotta try that, because it also gives you Fury. And 20% attack speed could be very cool. We'll see. Gonna test this for sure. Maybe Double Swing Barb with Call of the Ancients ultimate, maybe. And yeah, Iron Skin Maelstrom got a pretty significant buff here with the crit chance and the crit damage. We might be able to make a build around that. 45 seconds is still a very long cooldown. I would more like it to be about 30 seconds, I think, to make it really viable. But this definitely gonna try this. Slam got a pretty significant damage increase here, so that might be a cool thing to test. Definitely gonna look into this as well. People love this kind of playstyles. And then we got like a throughout buff to all the like flat damage. Dust Devils, they were pretty underwhelming for Whirlwind. Maybe they are a bit better now. I mean, they got like a almost 50% increase here. Not quite, but it's close. Earthquake as well. Maybe we're gonna try some builds. I don't think it's enough yet to make it a competitor to Hoda, but it's definitely gonna close the gap between the two, and that's what we're really looking for, right? Like we don't want Hoda to be nerfed, but we'd rather want, you know, other things to come up closer to the level of Hoda, and I think this really makes that a possibility. I don't think it's quite there yet, but it's a huge step in the right direction, in my opinion. Obviously, we will see how this is gonna play out in the next hours during testing. Again, I'll do the testing live on stream on my Twitch, if you want to check it out, and I'll have a summary here on YouTube as well for you guys. Then we got an Overkill buff. Holy shit, man, is this actually retroactively? I can't check right now because there's like a huge queue in the game, I think. So I don't think I have one in my stash right now. But I'm gonna look into this. Hopefully the existing Overkills got their damage like adjusted as well. And like, you know, like you find an overkill, it's a perfect roll. I hope that perfect roll 30 transitions into a 38. But we'll see. Hellhammer also got increased. I'm actually gonna try it, guys. Let me see. Maybe I'm gonna be stuck in the queue or it will work. Bless RNG. I have one of my mules here, uniques. Let's get into it. Like I had like a long queue the other time. So maybe it won't. I'm gonna check back in a minute. But yeah, so both of these got the damage increase. And that's really fantastic. It looks like I'm gonna be in the queue again for quite some time. They're still performing maintenance, guys. If you're having problems logging in, the patch just dropped. We'll be testing it all, but it might take some time. And I'm sort of like not gonna go into all the classes, I think, but we're gonna take a quick look at the Necromancer, because as many of you have seen, I've been playing a Bone Spear Necromancer. And that one has a lot of problems in terms of utility and mobility and being not unstoppable and stuff, but it has insane DPS. And I just wanted to see if they adjust something there for now, or if it's fine. Base damage is increased. I don't think we see any Bone Spear, right? No, I don't really know like that much about the Necro class to fully judge all of these changes. Man, I was afraid of I can't log in now. Corpse Tendrils even got a small buff, so that's cool. Corpse Tendrils is already like a pretty big skill. And yeah, I don't see any nerfs. In fact, I just see buffs overall here for the Necro as well. So I would assume that Bone Spear, that clearly doesn't work. That Bone Spear is still going strong. And also all the other classes like the Sorcerer that killed Lilith instantly, the Poison Rogue that killed Lilith instantly, and the Tornado Necromancer, Tornado Druid Werewolf that killed Lilith in like 90 seconds as well. So with these changes, hopefully the Barb is a bit closer, but I still don't think we're gonna see anywhere close to the clear speed of other classes here for our Barb guy. So hopefully there's gonna be some more adjustments coming in the future. I'm actually pretty sure of it. And yeah, let's see how this plays out before we judge, guys. Maybe the double swing plus Iron Maelstrom could be a build that we play. I'm gonna look into this and we're gonna test it all live on stream. And there's many more changes here to Rogue, to the Sorcerer. But if I'm skimming through this, it all looks like buffs. And for now, I'm just interpreting the General and the Barbarian notes. And no nerfs for Necromancer as far as I can see. And just buffs overall. From what I could see here, a huge step in the right direction from Blizzard. And actually, man, this is quite... I think this is like more than 13 pages if you have all these changes open, man. Holy shit, it's a lot. So man, if this is the kind of, you know, updates and, you know, fast reaction from Blizzard that we're gonna see here going forward, I think we're at a really nice pace here. They've really been taking care of the issues. Blizzard has really been like changing, buffing, nerfing, all the way, very reactive, super nice to see. I hope there's a lot more content coming like that, and I'm very much looking forward to the testing and also for Season 1, guys. Hope this little overview helped you. I will have a more in-depth video coming up. Like the video if you got some value out of this, and subscribe for more content. Again, there's a lot of stuff coming. We'll do a lot of in-depth testing about these patch notes. And I will see you guys soon. Rob2628 over and out. Bye bye.